Don't listen to Cobra Commander. He's a jerk. Hey everybody, Max here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified series, Alvin Breaker Kibbe, part of the m.a.s.s device subwave, I guess. He comes with the volcanic material. The divers come with the heavy water, and then Snake Eyes and the polar bear come with the radioactive crystals. So if you are big into the cartoon, I'm sure you probably already pre-ordered all of those. Hopefully we'll get a m.a.s.s device where all of those could plug into. So maybe we'll get an announcement at San Diego Comic-Con here at the end of the week. So anyway, let's dive into the figure. Let's look at the box first, as I normally do. So typical display, carbon fiber front with the m.a.s.s device logo. Some artwork on the sides, pretty decent. And then some diorama on the back of him going for it. I don't remember, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember him being lowered into a volcano and getting this. So, but maybe he did. Maybe that's so. Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong. But that is the package. Standard stuff that we've seen before. Let's see. So here's the figure, and he does not hold it very well. And this figure has a particularly loose right arm, so I'm having a little trouble getting this guy to stand and stay up. Some of that has to do with my my display here. I'm having some trouble. It's getting a little warped on me. But bear with me and we'll get through this review. Before I get into all of his stuff, let's talk about the bubblegum of freedom here. Comes with two head sculpts, one with bubblegum. He is known for his bubblegum, and this is kind of a throwback to, at least it reminds me of the comic book. He saved many a person with this bubblegum. This is the bubblegum of salvation. So pretty good head sculpt, good paint overall, nice beard, and I don't know, is it attached, like sculpted, or is it glued in? There's something in the back there, or inside his head, but I haven't swapped it out yet. But I would just say be careful when you're swapping it out so you don't break that off. So pretty good. I'm glad that they gave us that. So yep, I will most likely display him with that later on. He also comes with a warped, I know it's not intending to be warped, suppressor. We've seen this before. He mainly has the loadout from Grunt, but I don't recall Grunt coming with this. Maybe he did, but there's no place to put it. So he has, obviously, the volcanic element, and the tube comes off. This plugs out, and a little base for it, and looks like they have little ports on the back, little portholes, and so maybe that is, oh, it's on two sides, so there's some detail to it, and so that is cool. It looks like the element from the cartoon, so we got that. Comes with this 1911. Like I said, it comes with Grunt's loadout, so he has the belt, and it ports in here, but nothing we haven't seen before. I think Stalker probably also comes with this particular pistol. And it comes with a knife that is a little loose fitting this time around. The plastic of the vest and the belt feels softer than what you got with Grunt. So just kind of be aware of that. So it feels a little bit more flexible. So, and same way with the knife. So anyway, but I like the color scheme. Backpack comes off. Really cool backpack, I gotta say. I had some trouble getting this thing to port in, as I do with a lot of the classified backpacks, and which is disappointing when characters are kind of known for their backpacks. I mean, they did a really good job with dial tone, but this one is, I was afraid I was going to rip the peg out trying to get him. I thought it was either too big or the hole was too small. Well, one or the other. And but I finally got it to work. So it's in there fairly snug. And let's get this guy off there and take a look at it. It comes with the tube or wiring harness that goes into the backpack and then the back of the helmet. And are they the same size? Looks that way. Maybe your eyes are better than mine. And it's better, it's thinner and much more flexible than, say, the tube for Blowtorch. So So that's good. I'm glad there's a little more flexibility for that cable there. And the antenna is, it rotates up and down, back and forth, forward and back. So yeah, it only goes forward and back. So that's great. It's not just fixed and potentially broken. It's flexible but not brittle, not flimsy. So, and black harness, black paint, or harness with some black paint. Port for the hose or cable. Some decent sculpting. You know, it's not as detailed as Dial Tone's backpack, but it definitely has kind of the similarity of the original figure. And then this looks like a fold down keyboard that does not fold down. It would be cool if it had, but you know, maybe some more antenna, and looks like some carrying handles perhaps. So yeah, pretty good. And let's see, let's get the helmet off. Helmet looks really good. Fits on there very easily. You're not going to fight it. There's no chin strap. And the communication, the microphone, is flexible but not flimsy. Pretty good detail. All the way around. Pretty good paint. I definitely like this particular color, and I'm glad they recreated the color from the cartoon as opposed to just giving us the same green from the breaker that came with the RAM. And they could have given us the same head sculpt. I mean, that was a fine head sculpt, but this one I feel is more accurate to the original figure. The other one looked kind of like Jake Gyllenhaal to me, and this one looks more true to the artwork and everything. So port in the back. So yeah, helmet looks really great. It's not reused or anything. There's some similar design elements to other helmets that we've had, but this is uniquely Breakers. And so like I said, he's got grunts, loadout, belt, holster. He's an E4, has his name right there. The Joe Pro is there. Sheath with holes on the top and the bottom. I don't know why. This always seemed like, even on Grunt, this doesn't seem like a good place for a knife sheath. The handle, I mean, honestly, I mean, it may be good to put it here. You can put it in either side, but the with the helmet on, you can't port it here, and it would be like, why would you do that anyway? It's so hard to reach back there and grab it. So here is better, and it keeps this thing from getting hit and folding down because it's on here. It's kind of flimsy. It doesn't, I mean, if you, this display here on the Grunt figure, I have a couple of them, and they popped loose, but they pop back in. They're okay. They're not, you know, just be careful with it. If you have Grunt, you know what I'm talking about. And it does have a different display than the Grunt, so that looks like, you know, like volume settings or, you know, audio settings, you know, bass, mid, treble, that sort of thing. And nothing on the back. And but it's just a little flimsy. And but like I said, the paint turned out really well with the pouches, the black and everything. So that's pretty sharp, and the blue and the silver on the Joe Pro. And so yeah, and the silver on the buckles. Now, let's see, where is that suppressor? Now this pouch here is open. You could potentially fit this here, but it's not going to fit with the backpack on. So I mean, hey, it's great to have another accessory, but I still don't know what we're supposed to do with that. So, you know, I mean, he can't wear the backpack all the time, I guess. And then he's got Grunt's pouches, like med kits, maybe gear packs, something like that. So, and head sculpt is great. I think they did a really good job on it. The paint is okay. There's no bleed, not too bad anyway. And he has kind of flattened hair, like he's been wearing his helmet all the time. And I think these are, let's see, these are Ricondo's arms. I think this may be the like Stalker torso. And then we have Rock and Roll's legs again. So we're seeing Rock and Roll's legs again. We saw them with the Frag Viper, which these fine with, you know, these are good legs. I have no real complaints. But those are the accessories and the parts that make up our new breaker. So he does not look up very far. He looks down okay. There is some movement to the neck. It's free floating, but of course we have the ball hinge and everything. And not he doesn't have a bobble head, but he's got some good range of motion. T-pose is decent. So we got that in bicep swivel. Now there is some paint over spray on the underarm, which is strange because it's usually the opposite. Usually there's not enough spray, not enough paint. So I'll have to, you know, I can clean that off. That shouldn't be a problem. But bicep swivel, if you have Recondo, you know what I'm talking about. These are decent arms. Some black paint on the top. Pinless joints. And I have to say that the right arm is a bit on the loose side. Kind of loosey-goosey. I'm not crazy about that, but it is what it is. Let me know if you're having problems with yours. And has the molded on watch, but it's like Recondo, but it's got different numbers on it. It's black and rotation in the wrist. So horizontal here and vertical here, and pretty good waist swivel. I feel like this new wave of Joe's, the waist swivel has gotten a lot better, and it's not loose. He does not bend forward very well or back because of the vest and the belt and everything, but kind of not what we're. I mean, it's nothing we're not surprised by. Has an ab crotch underneath there that you can't really use. Pretty good splits. Drop down hips, kicks up, past 90 degrees, good range of motion on the legs, they're nice and stiff, kicks back, and pretty good, well, kind of stiff, the feet hinges are a little stiff. Boot swivel, there we go. So he kicks down that way with his foot, up, about like that, and usual articulation for our Joes. So yeah, this is Breaker. Other than the paint on the underarm, the sleeve there, I mean that, like I said, that's not a problem. And having a loose arm on the right side, this is a pretty solid figure. I really have very happy to have it. This is one of the OG13, and we're getting close to getting them completed. I think Hasbro is going to drag their feet as long as they can to get before they get all of those out, because I know that some people are only getting those figures. They're only in the line because of those figures. I know my brother is. So we're gradually getting them. I think Flash has been announced, but we still have Short Fuse, Zap, Grand Slam. You know, we need the Howl for that. We got to get, I mean, we're getting the m.a.s.s, but we got to get Steeler, so we got to get the Mobat. So at some point, they're going to have to give us that. And then that will be the OG13. So yeah, glad to have this guy. I'm going to give this guy a warp factor of 8.5. I think he is better than the sum of his parts. There's a lot of variability here. I'm glad that we get the two head sculpts. Yeah, reuse, but it still looks really cool, and I am very pleased with the figure, other than just kind of having a spongy right arm. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments section. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I have recently learned that YouTube is changing some things around with regards to how it labels views or counts views, so it is based on interaction. So if you like the video, please like the video. It certainly helps the channel out a lot, and it kind of annoys me, or very much annoys me, that YouTube is making some changes that are kind of going to have a much more heavier negative effect on the smaller YouTube channels. So anyway, guys, help me out if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. So continue to be awesome, and I'll talk to you later.